Oh man, this video is a stack of fun. Seriously, this is going to be one that you're going to want to stick around for, because some of the stuff in this video, I've concocted this script in the past like half an hour, and it is jokes. Seriously speaking, it's just jokes. So, this video, you've seen it by the title, what if WWE in 2020 went full WCW 2000? And you might say, well, elitist, WWE in 2020, it basically is WCW 2000. And you're not really wrong. If you're going to say that, I'm not going to argue with you, alright? WWE at the moment is the worst it's ever been in my opinion. But, that said, if they do what I'm going to go through in this video, it will cement itself, WWE in 2020, as worse or as bad as, if not worse, than WCW in the year 2000. So, without further ado, this is going to be just a bit of a fun what if. I'm not going to do any real editing, like as far as my regular what ifs. It's just going to be a bit of fun. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get right into this. So, on Monday Night Raw, as we've seen this past week, we get Big Show, the Street Profits, the Street Profit Viking Experience, fighting ninjas. Like, we get this whole stuff. So, we continue to get that with Big Show dancing on the Street Profits Viking Experience fighting Akira Tozawa's ninjas, including the Black El Gigante Ninja. This culminates at Extreme Rules, alright? This Big Show, Street Profits Experience, Viking Raiders, Akira Tozawa, Ninjas, El Gigante, it culminates at Extreme Rules with a Judy Bagwell on a forklift match. Legit, this culminates with a Judy Bagwell on a forklift match. So, the winner claims Judy Bagwell. Now, in this match, we have Jerry Lawler in the corner of the Street Profit Viking Experience, because Jerry Lawler loves Asians. Ramen noodle moonsault. But anyway, ultimately, in this match, the Black El Gigante Ninja performs a striptease for Judy Bagwell and the rest of the Street Profits Viking Experience. This distracts the babyfaces and allows Akira Tozawa to get the win for the ninjas. So, that's the whole Big Show, Street Profits, Viking Raiders, Akira Tozawa Ninjas thing. Then, there's Lashley and Lana. Alright, Lashley and Lana give us a few weeks of divorce court segments in the lead up to Extreme Rules. We get a divorce court with Jerry Lawler. We get some segments of Lana screaming about Lashley. You know the stuff. All those kind of things you got with Lana and Rusev last year. So we get that. Lana just screaming into the microphone. This culminates at Extreme Rules with Lashley versus Lana in a Viagra on a pole match. You heard that right. Viagra on a pole. In this match, Lana wins. Lana beats Bobby Lashley in this Viagra on a pole match, following Lashley slipping on barbecue sauce at ringside, which had been sprayed there by a racially insensitive Jim Ross impersonator who's supposedly from Oklahoma. If you've watched WCW 2000, you'll know who and what I'm kind of hinting at. But yeah, there's a racist Jim Ross impression, and that person sprays barbecue sauce at ringside. Lashley slips, and as a result, Lana wins Viagra on a pole. So, that's what we get there. Then, with the Raw Women's Championship, there's Nia Jax fighting Asuka in several rematches week after week on Monday Night Raw. Then, referee John Cone gets heavily involved in the storyline. Alright, we get a tag team match of John Cone and John Cone's son Nicholas, the Raw Tag Team Champion, former Raw Tag Team Champion, John Cone and Nicholas Cone, taking on Nia Jax and Asuka in the week before Extreme Rules. In this match, Nicholas pins the Raw Women's Champion Asuka, therefore the Cone family defeat Asuka and Nia Jax on the Monday before Extreme Rules. So that's what we get there. Then the match is randomly announced for Extreme Rules, Nicholas with John Cone in his corner taking on Aleister Black. This match, it goes about 3 minutes. In the end, Nicholas defeats Aleister Black at Extreme Rules. I mean, it's just WCW 2000, isn't it? So, that's what we get there. Then, like, staying on the Raw Women's Championship, we get Nia Jax at Extreme Rules taking on Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. Nia Jax destroys Asuka. I mean, destroys her. Nia Jax just destroys Asuka to win the Raw Women's Championship. So, Nia Jax is the Raw Women's Champion. Then, we get 4 straight weeks in the build-up to SummerSlam with Nia Jax cutting 10 to 20 minute long, quote-unquote, I don't look like most girls, unquote, promos. You know the Nia Jax, I don't look like most girls promos. The ones she's cut in 2018, 2020. These promos where she talks about how she's an imposing figure and she's different to all the other girls and that kind of promo. So Nia Jax cuts these promos week in, week out in the build-up to Nia Jax versus Charlotte at SummerSlam for the Raw Women's Championship, where obviously Charlotte Flair defeats Nia Jax to win the Raw Women's Championship. During this time, I would not be showcasing any other woman on the Raw roster on TV, or just in general. I would not be showcasing them. Liv Morgan, forget about it. Bianca Belair doesn't even exist. Natalya, not even there. Alright, the Raw Women's division is exclusively Nia Jax cutting I Don't Look Like Most Girls promos, Charlotte being on TV for 45 minutes, and Asuka would be ridden of TV. She'd be ridden off TV after Extreme Rules. Now, that's the Raw Women's Championship. As for the main event picture, Drew McIntyre is defending the WWE Championship against Randy Orton, at SummerSlam. This SummerSlam pay-per-view has the tagline, "Too much sand for just one beach." Now, the match itself, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, WWE title. Late in the match, we get, Drew McIntyre, he's on top, the referee is down, then the gobbledygooker emerges amongst a team of security guards, right? There's a team of these security guards. The gobbledygooker disguises himself in there. Then the gobbledygooker jumps up on the apron. Drew McIntyre is like, what are you doing? Gobbledygooker, meanwhile, capitalizes on the referee being down. He whips out a stun gun from his pocket or wherever. Gobbledygooker whips out a stun gun and proceeds to literally taser Drew McIntyre for 10 seconds. Gobbledygooker's tasering Drew McIntyre. McIntyre just collapses and Randy Orton pins him 1, 2, 3. So Randy Orton wins the WWE Championship at Survivor Series. Then, the very next night on Monday Night Raw, we get Drew McIntyre taking on Bobby Lashley in a singles match, one-on-one. Because who doesn't love rematches? We get Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. The two men stare at each other after the bell goes. Then, Lashley delivers the finger poke of doom to Drew McIntyre. McIntyre flops to his back. Lashley covers him. 1, 2, 3. Lashley destroys Drew McIntyre with the finger poke of doom. Drew McIntyre's career is ruined. So, from here, over on SmackDown, Over on SmackDown, we have Braun Strowman building up a big Universal Championship match at Extreme Rules against the artist formerly known as Prince Iaukea. Alright? Braun Strowman is building up a Universal title match against the artist formerly known as Prince Iaukea. Iaukea is accompanied by the charming scream machine known as Daphne. So, in the build-up to Extreme Rules, where we get Strowman versus the artist formerly known as Prince Iaukea with Daphne, we get 4 weeks of Daphne coming out in the middle of the ring, in the main event of SmackDown, and literally screaming into the microphone for 15 minutes. Just piercing, ear-wrenching screams. Daphne's screaming into the microphone, Prince Iaukea is standing there not saying anything, and at Extreme Rules, we get Braun Strowman destroying Iaukea in 10 seconds. So, that's Extreme Rules. Then, at SummerSlam, we get The Fiend beating Braun Strowman to win back the Universal Championship, as is what should happen. Then, at Hell in a Cell, this is where it gets good. At Hell in a Cell, The Fiend defends his Universal Championship inside the fateful red Hell in a Cell structure against... Oh, you guys are going to love this. The Fiend defends his title inside Hell in a Cell against Bruce Pritchard. Alright, The Fiend, Bruce Pritchard inside Hell in a Cell for the title. Bruce Pritchard takes out a banana pill, Brother Love takes out a banana pill to begin the match. Bruce Pritchard takes out the banana pill, drops it in the middle of the ring. The Fiend then runs at Bruce Pritchard. The Fiend slips on the banana peel. Then Brother Love, Bruce Pritchard covers The Fiend. 1, 2, 3. Bruce Pritchard becomes the Universal Champion at Hell in a Cell, and Bruce Pritchard closes the pay-per-view, staring down the barrel of the camera, saying, "Kevin Dunn, I love you." So that's how we close Hell in a Cell. Then, later that month, Crown Jewel. The infamously amazing Crown Jewel. At Crown Jewel, we get Bruce Pritchard defending his Universal Championship against Goldberg, because it wouldn't be a Saudi show or a WCW 2000 type video without Bill Goldberg. So, the Bruce Pritchard Goldberg Universal Championship match, these two, first off, to open Crown Jewel, we see a shot of a limousine arriving with Bruce Pritchard inside of it. Bruce Pritchard We know he's in the limousine. Goldberg then rushes out to the limousine. We see Goldberg rush out of his locker room. Goldberg sprints towards the car park where the limousine is. Goldberg then tries to smash the windows of the limousine in with his bare hands. Goldberg tries to smash the limousine windows with his bare hands. Goldberg completely destroys his elbows and is ruled out of action for the next 5 months. He requires surgery and Goldberg is out of action. Therefore, Bruce Pritchard retains his Universal Championship via forfeit at Crown Jewel over Goldberg. Then, later on in the night, we get Tyson Fury challenging for the WWE Championship against Randy Orton. This match, Fury vs. Orton for the WWE Championship, we get Randy Orton rushing at Tyson Fury to begin the match. Then Tyson Fury clocks him, one punch, KO. Randy Orton just drops. 1, 2, 3. Tyson Fury wins the WWE Championship to close Crown Jewel 2020 from Randy Orton. So we close October 2020 with Tyson Fury as the WWE Champion and Bruce Pritchard as the Universal Champion. Then, in the build-up to Survivor Series, we're building up this big match, Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon for the WWE Universal Championship at Survivor Series. This match, here we go. This is the big resolute conclusion of the video. Bruce Pritchard versus Vince McMahon at Survivor Series. Vince McMahon proceeds to give the finger poke of doom to Bruce Pritchard, and Bruce Pritchard proceeds to lay down in the middle of the ring saying, "Vince, I love you." Bruce Pritchard is laying down saying that. Vince McMahon walks over, covers Bruce Pritchard. 1, 2, 3. Vince McMahon becomes the WWE Champion once again. And in that very same night, after Survivor Series goes off the air, the news breaks around the sports and the entertainment world. Disney and WWE have inked a deal that Disney have bought the WWE. Disney bought the WWE the same night Vince McMahon won the WWE Championship from Bruce Pritchard. And that, folks, is what I would do, or what if WWE became full WCW 2000. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, be sure to like, comment, sub. You guys know the drill. See ya.